Hey everybody, this is Jack with Streets Gourmand out here at Disney California Adventure for 2024 Food and Wine Festival. We're going to do something a little bit different. So you've seen a lot of the different vloggers, they're going through and they're eating everything, or they're going to try a little bit of here and there. We're going to go a little bit different. We're going to focus in. We're going to go to 4 food booths. We're going to maximize the Sip Savor Pass for what it's worth and actually maximize its complete value by doing a little bit of research before. Second thing we're going to do is we're going to have a alcoholic drink from each one of those food booths and see if they're complementary with the item that we get. And the last thing we're going to do is actually with those 4 food booths is look in and do a deep dive and kind of get a little bit more details than just a passing glance. So join us here today. We're going to have a couple of different notes for you and how to enjoy your stay here at Disney California Adventure. All right, so we got our Sip and Savor Pass. Now they're doing something a little bit different this year. One is you'll notice that there is no tabs on the pass itself. They're using a barcode. So this has been pretty common the last couple of years with different events. The other thing too is it's coming in 2 options. So you're getting a 4 or an 8. The 4 is $31 and the 8 is $61. As far as discounts, I'm not a Magic Key person, so don't expect me to know the discounts on any of those right now. So we picked up the 4. So now what we're going to do is actually try to see if we can figure out how to maximize the value of the $31 on its own. And that's to get $9 entrees for each one. So we're going to do that. And like we said before, we're also going to get a complimentary in the state that it's not free, complimentary that we're going to get an alcoholic beverage at the same booth with the entree. So we're going to do this. One thing you always want to pick up too is the passport booklet. So that way you can do your research as you come here. But I'll be honest, the best thing to do is actually do your research before you come over to DCA. What you'll do is you'll maximize the time that you're spending here because you're not going to be looking around and trying to figure things out. You're also going to be able to get exactly what you want. And that's really what you want to do, right? You want to maximize the value of what you're getting. And then you also want to make sure that you're not spending too much time going through the motions of passport and what have you. So we're going to go over to our first booth. So let's go. All right, we just left LA style. So for the first option for tonight, what we're doing is the pork belly carnitas. And it comes with a type of egg salad. We're also doing this strawberry cocktail, which I'll go to in a second. Now, one of the trends that I'm not actually too happy about these days is the idea that there's actually more thought and more description around the cocktail and the price than it is with the food. So that's something that is happening here as well. All right, so what we have here is a pork carnitas pork belly. We're going to see how it's cooked. The salad, by the way, is cold. I don't know if anybody else mentioned that on other of the blogs, but we're going to give this a try. Nothing better than trying to eat with plastic utensils. The carnitas are very well cooked. You can tell that they're slowly cooked. Really nice sauce. It's got a tahini habanero, which actually comes off sweet, not hot. You can see well cooked for the pork there. So, good surprise. A little warm, not very hot at all. It's actually approaching about 60 degrees out here anyway, so I don't think any of the food's going to come off that well. Delicious fat. All right, so now what we're going to do is try the salad here. So like a lot of macaroni salads, it's got a small shell macaroni. It came off very cold, or at least it felt cold in my hand. It takes a little bit getting used to. It's actually very spicy. The tahini habanero is actually on this, not on the pork belly. So maybe we should probably describe that a little bit better. But it's very spicy. It's a little bit overpowering. It's going to hit you pretty hard. The taste of cheese in there is actually pretty good. Very pickly notes. Getting a lot of cheesy notes in there as well. Tasting some crumbs. So it's either got breadcrumbs or panko. So all in all, pretty good. Actually, I think between the two of them, it's going to be hard to eat this. It's very dense, but the pork belly and that combined is actually pretty good. Now, we're going to do the strawberry cocktail before we continue eating. This one's got a tamarind straw, but not like the ones in Anaheim nearby here. They're very thick, nice big straws. This is passing. All right, not too bad. I thought it was going to be overly sweet. It's actually not too bad. It's really good. Tamarind straw is just the perfect amount of spice. Getting a lot of spice in there. Cocktail is very fruity, very strawberry. and I think this is a gin. It's a pretty good drink, actually pretty dense as well. So we're gonna sit here, we're gonna eat our food, and then we're gonna hit the next one. All right, so moving on, where we're at today or right now is Nuts and Cheese, and we are trying the pulled pork barbecue with the mac and cheese, along with a PB&J whiskey something or other. So we're gonna have to try that out. Now I lost my garnish here. There was a bit of raspberry garnish here before. It's actually floated to the bottom on my walk over to this place. So we're gonna play a game really quick of trying to dig it out. So let's see if we can find it in there. This is dish number 2. It is $9. So again, we're sticking with the theme of getting that one. That line was probably the longest that we've seen here so far. So we've got bits and pieces of corn. We've got some more pulled pork, very similar to the pork belly, and a bit of traditional looking mac and cheese. It's the spot. So very well blended. The mac and cheese is actually very cheesy, and it's suited well with the pork and the barbecue sauce. The crunch from the crunchy onions there, the fried onions, is a really good counterpoint to the rest of the softness of the dish. This is actually really good. It's actually a lot. It feels like there's about a ton in here. So this is really good. So I have to recommend this. And now we're going to try the PB&J. I'm going to sip it and not use a straw. I'm not a heathen. This should be served in every restaurant in America. It's actually really, really good. So this and this combined, let's talk about complementary. This really goes well together. You've got the vanilla whiskey PB&J shake. Really light PB&J, by the way. Don't think it's going to be overpowering. Along with the mac and cheese here. So a really good combination. Look forward to finishing this. Here we are with our third option. So we just finished up with the pulled pork mac and cheese and the PB&J whiskey shake. All right, so this is where you have to think on your feet. They ran out of the top sirloin tonight, which was a bummer over at Garlic Kissed. So what we did was opted for the carbonara mac and cheese with the Nuskus bacon. This is the last of the $9 items out of the 5 $9 items that you can get. So top sirloin notwithstanding, went along with the carbonara mac and cheese here. Right here we have the guava mule. I believe it's a guava leche mule. So tonight so far we've had a gin with the first drink, then we had a whiskey, and now we're going off into vodka territory here. So we're gonna go ahead and give this a whirl. Now I want to also point out it's gotten quite chilly here in Anaheim with the offshore breeze blowing through. So the smell of the carbonara is coming right off. What can you say? It's mac and cheese, it's creamy, it's very cheesy with a nice light but very rich and robust flavor of the cheese, coupled with the Parmesan, which is fresh Parmesan, grated Parmesan, along with the Nuskus bacon, Applewood bacon. So all together, it's coming together very nicely. In fact, that's a thumbs up. All right, here we go with the guava lychee mule. This is really good. So what's nice about this is it's very refreshing. And I'm always looking for a nice refreshing drink. It's light, not too sugary, very nicely evened out, even though it's been sitting here for a couple of minutes, but very good drink. Now, do these complement each other? This would actually go with anything. This would actually be good on a summer's day with some avocado toast, I'm thinking. So do they go together? Probably not, but hey, it's a good drink. It did come from a different booth along with the carbonara, so I'm gonna give thumbs up for both. They're both delicious. I would actually try to look this recipe up and have this during the summer. This would make an excellent drink and it would sneak up on you very quickly. So I'm just gonna sit over here and finish this one. All right, so it's approaching 9 o'clock. We are now on our fourth item, which is the last $9 item that you can get, pending the ones that were available to us. So this is the barbecue beef brisket from Cockle-Doodle-Doo. And we have an accompanying cocktail from the same place, which is called the Tangerine Tiki Cocktail. Now this one is a rum drink, so we've kind of run the whole gamut of different cocktails. We've done gin, we've done whiskey, we've done vodka. Now we're on to our rum drink. So I expect it to be very flavorful and tangy. It's a very arresting drink with that pineapple slice in the middle there. So again, we're gonna see from between the beef brisket and the drink how things go. Now what is arresting about the sandwich itself is, looks like a lot has gone into that. Well, here's my hand. My hand is fairly large, but it's a very small. It almost is about the size of a potato. So let's give it a go. Now forgive me, it's a very dense bun, by the way. Okay. Some of you might be familiar with the Three Stooges bit. When something's too dry, they do this. I can't do that right now because I got the microphone on. It's a pretty dry sandwich. It's really hard to get a juicy sandwich unless you cover the bread in some roux. They really need to do that. So I'm not going to say I would get this one, just to be honest. I try to be kind and nice. Let's see, they're turning the lights on me now because of what I'm saying. So let's kind of move on from that to the drink. So here we are with the rum. It's decent. It's a rum drink with pineapple and tangerine. So it's a very citrusy drink, but I wouldn't say it's very spectacular either. So cockle-doodle-don't. Yeah, I'm just trying to be cute. So that's drink number 4 for the night. It takes a lot for me to get or feel anything from alcohol, unfortunately, like a lot of things. I'm pretty dead inside. But all in all, I'd say really good. I'd say the highlight of tonight was probably the pork belly. However, with the mac and cheese from the carbonara side, I think those were 2 surprises from a cocktail standpoint. The guava lychee mule was a thumbs up there. Like, that's one I'm going to go back and try to figure out how to make. Cockle-doodle-doo? No. So with that, this is Jack from All Streets Gourmand. Thanks for joining. Remember to like all things allstreetsgourmand.com, and we'll see you next time.